I'm Leah Harnack, Executive Editor of Mass Transit Magazine here at American Public Transportation Association's Expo, talking with Eric Reese, Director of Global Strategy with Scheidt and Bachmann, talking about some of the trends that you see in the industry and what that impact is having.
Thanks, Leah. I appreciate you taking the time to sit and talk with us. It's been a great time so far here in Atlanta and getting a chance to see what the competition's doing, to see what the industry's doing, and to be able to see some of the new products and solutions that a lot of people are coming out with. I mean, you've seen technology trends here with not only in the smart cities transitions where people are looking at all-encompassing solutions for how mobile, bus, rail, ticketing as a service, all of these things are moving together and integrating with the larger partners that are out there as well. We've seen people make advancements in mobile payments, we've seen people make advancements in face recognition as a way of payment, and we've seen people kind of look at a way of improving the customer experience on how people use transit. You know, companies like Apple, companies that are huge into user design, are starting to influence not everything that we do throughout life, making it more of a retail type solution. And we at Scheidt and Bachmann are following suit and trying to find ways to advance that technology to be able to make it easier, more efficient, and lower cost for agencies to pay and to use our systems for delivery.
Well, first, how can you make it easier for the customer? What are some of the things you're looking at?
Well, some of the things is that we're starting to see a greater use of mobile payments as a way that people are getting out there. Recent studies have shown that people will lose their minds in about 90 seconds if they lose their phone, and about 5 minutes if they've lost their wallet. So if we can be able to adapt and bring their phone into, or even whatever they decide is like a token to be able to pay with, we're going to be able to adapt to that. We're going to be able to support that. Our goal is to make it as low cost for anybody to implement this and as quick as possible, and to make the user experience and transition as seamless as possible.
Okay. And what are you doing for the agencies to help them do this in a cost-effective manner?
So one of the things we're trying to do is we're trying to shorten the time for delivery on these type of projects by making it more of a standardized solution that allows for a lower cost and trying to limit the amount of customization. You know, there's a lot of ways that people pay, but they're all pretty common in how they do that. So being able to present a solution that allows for, let's say, mobility, or for token use of, let's say, a Fitbit device or an Apple Watch or something like that, and be able to get that as a very quick means of payment, that actually allows for the agencies in some ways to lower their cost of delivering these systems, as well as reduce the cost of having the long-term operations of some of the legacy systems that are out there. You don't have to print tickets anymore. You don't have to maintain systems that are high moving parts anymore. And by doing that, you really are lowering their cost of operations, and they're actually going to see the return on that within the first 2 years of some of these deliveries.
Okay. Can you talk about some of the solutions that you're providing out there?
So we've had a lot of great success in providing these, what are referred to as an account-based system. You're familiar with them as like an iTunes or your cable account or something like that, where multiple people can be tied to one thing. So S&B, with our partners Octopus, which provides a fare system for Hong Kong, have been able to build a scalable and easy to deliver fare system that we've been able to provide in Budapest, and we're transitioning to the Netherlands, and then we're going to have 2 versions of it here in the States, in both Connecticut and in Buffalo as well. And by getting these systems out there and being able to make them repeatable and deliverable in a quicker fashion, it's actually been able to allow us to provide an easier customer solution as we move forward.
So what do you see for the next few years into the future, how things are going to be evolving?
Well, I think the next couple of years are going to see a huge trend that's going to go from what we're already in right now is called contactless payments, where you're not dipping a card or anything like that. But right now you're going to see a bigger push towards the kind of bring your own device. But then from there, you're going to even get to what is going to be truly a seamless transition. You're going to start seeing companies that are going to, or start seeing solutions that are going to mimic what they're being done in Asia and things along those lines, where you see these what's referred to as a B in, B out, or kind of a presence detection or face detection as you're getting into these systems to be able to get into transit without actually even stopping. It'll recognize who you are. It will know who you are either by identifying your phone or by having a different kind of payment mechanism in your hand or in your pocket that you won't even have to tap. You'll just enter the station and it'll process your payment as you go through. But one of the most important things it's going to be is how we protect the customer and their information.
Right, I was wondering if you could talk a little more about that. With this kind of advanced technology, how do you protect?
So Scheidt and Bachmann has made it one of their foremost goals to be able to provide the highest level of security, to be able to protect our customers, not only from providing full point-to-point encryption for any point of the transaction all the way through, to even using anything that we can to mask customer information. it's up to the agency to decide how they want to identify the customer, and we're able to adapt and address however they want to do that. But first on our mind is always going to be protecting the end customer and all of their information to be able to provide these secure transactions throughout the entire life of the program.
Okay, great. It's wonderful. Thank you for taking the time to share how you see this, impacting how our mobility is changing and what we expect for the future.
I appreciate it, Leah. Thank you so much for the time, and I wish you the best of luck in everything moving forward. Thank you.